Baseball Spreads Prediction Show coming to you guys live on July 1st, man. Halfway through the year. It's been a wonderful year. 6 straight profitable months. We had a rough stretch in November. Had a couple rough weeks in December. And then it was like right there around Christmas. We did get hosed on actual Christmas Day on NBA. But I know everybody says, what is it called? Like Christmas in July or whatever. It's while we're talking about it. But 6 months ago, man, we had gotten rocked for a couple weeks in a row. Felt like we were in a fucking prize fight and getting the hell kicked out of us. But ever since then, man, it was takeoff time. Right after Christmas, literally the day after we got our asses kicked on Christmas Day on NBA, we turned around, cashed a massive parlay, and it's kind of been off to the races ever since. I'm not saying that we've been invincible. We've had our days, but it has been a nice stretch, guys. So if you want my premium plays, those are always in the description tab in the winnable link. So looks like Congo went up 1-0 on England here. I actually am not surprised. I said that I think that 3 games that are disappointment spots, Germany underperformed in group play. Obviously, they got bounced. England underperformed in group play. We'll see what happens. And then I honestly think Belgium has underperformed. So I'm curious to see how they handle Senegal here in a little bit. This is the MLB show, so let's get to that, guys. I appreciate you tuning in. If you want Blowout Alert, it is what you're looking at here on the screen. Highly recommend you download it. Sign up for free today. That is also in the descriptions tab under the Blowout Alert link. Okay, guys, short and to the point. Onyx odds, spin 10, get 200. Use code word on the ball. That link is posted in the descriptions tab as well. Let's get to the show, man. Chicago White Sox, Baltimore Orioles. This game's starting here in about 15 minutes. Let's see if I can get through this slate here in under 15 so we can get you out to this game. Look, Noah Schultz is back on the mound. He hasn't played in a while, but he did get lit up in several starts in his last outing. Dean Kramer, he's kept the ERA low from what we saw at the beginning of the season, but he's been out as well. Look, this White Sox team, I didn't expect them to get after the Orioles like they did yesterday. They did. Orioles did not take advantage of the weak pitcher in Fetty. I think the Chicago White Sox come back out here again today. They get a win on the money line. Go ahead and give me the White Sox. But first, let me update my radar. As you can see, we lost 4 games on the slate yesterday. So 4 games on the slate. Overall, it was a big green day. So we went 11-4 yesterday on the slate. 11-4. So that's a nice little touch there, man. When I log in the mornings now on the show, I'll open that up and you can see exactly how much green I've had. So yeah, let's get into it, man. So 11-4 on the slate yesterday. We're going back to the White Sox today. We were on them not yesterday, but the day before, and they cashed us. That was a top play. Here are the Rangers, man. It looks like the Rangers are going to be resting a lot of guys. I see that like Jock Pederson's out of the lineup. Corey Seager, a lot of guys are out of the lineup. As you can see, really small lineup here. I'm going to go with Cleveland today. Cantillo's been playing much better ball as of late. Mackenzie Gore, I would say, honestly, Joey Cantillo's the edge over Gore right now. I haven't liked what I've seen out of Gore all that much. Giving up multiple earned runs in all of his starts outside of that San Diego game where San Diego doesn't hit the ball well. Cleveland at home, they play typically better at home. There's been some sharp money line movement on that line as well. So I would definitely give a look here towards the Cleveland Guardians on the money line. That's where we'll go with the play for today. All right, Detroit Tigers, man, taking on the Yankees. Yankees are just on an absolute skid. Troy Melton has looked good. I'm not going to lie. I think what I've seen out of him is very respectable, keeping his earned runs really low. Will Warren, on the other hand, pretty much doing the same thing. Did give up 5 earned runs against Boston. They just haven't looked good over the last week, really. Look, man, I think that the run differential is substantial right now for the Tigers. I've said it all year. When this team's bats wake up, they're a scary team to play. Troy Melton's not an easy hitter to get after. I think that, this team is hitting the ball better than the Yankees right now. Like, if the home run ball's not working for the Yankees right now outside of Ben Rice, who's getting it done for them? Like, I'm looking at this lineup here. Jazz Chisholm, Cody Bellinger, Jason Dominguez, Ahmad Rosario. This is not a well-constructed hitting line. Like, look, McCongle, Dingler, Carpenter, Riley Green, Cole Keith, Spinner Torkelson, McKinstry. Like, why haven't they been hitting the ball better? Why haven't they been playing games like we've seen these last couple days? Give me the Detroit Tigers here, plus money on the money line. I think there's a lot of value there. I believe this game is more 50-50 than we think. Look, it's given the edge to the Yankees almost all week long. I don't agree here. I'm giving the edge to the Yankees. I get it. Will Warren has looked good for most of the season, but once again, Boston, who's not good, just peppered him for 5 earned runs. I think Troy Melton is as good of a pitcher as Will Warren. I think the bats are better currently right now. The run differential says so. I'm not going to fade the run differential. As you can see, we won 11 games yesterday, making majority of our decisions based on run differential and starting pitcher edges. So, guys, Troy Melton, run differential. Give me the Tigers. Let's keep it moving. All right, Nationals, Red Sox, Alvarez on the mound, Tolly. I think Tolly's the better play here. I think the Red Sox have woken up. They've been hitting the ball really well. I do like the Nationals. I don't like to fade the Nationals. We've been winning with Alvarez on the mound. This is one of those spots where it feels good to maybe be on the side of plus money. But I do think with the run differential by a full run to Boston, they also have the better starting pitcher, in my opinion, in Tolly. Sub 3 ERA. Alvarez has been good. He's been respectable. But in this spot, home field, better pitcher, and I believe the better bats and the run differential says so currently. But I would say the bats are a coin flip, honestly, 50-50. But give me Tolly, give me the Red Sox here at home in Fenway to get it done against the Nationals on the money line. All right, guys, next one up with the San Diego Padres taking on the Chicago Cubs. Interesting one here because I don't like either of these starting pitchers. I think Walker Buehler's the better option, in my opinion. He's been good enough, keeping his earned runs really low for the most part, getting it to the bullpen. Colin Rea here, he's been hot and cold. He's last 2 games, earned runs low. Before that, giving up a lot. Earned runs under 2 earned runs in his last 2 starts. Before that, his previous 2 starts, he'd given up 11. You haven't really seen those type of numbers out of Walker Buehler. I'd give the advantage to Walker Buehler there. As far as the run differential, man, it's the Cubs right now. We've seen that. The Cubs ended up, putting some belt to ass here this week by scoring a lot of runs. That was more yesterday. They had the over set 2 days ago at 11.5. Kind of baited me in on that one. And then I stayed away from this game yesterday. I don't like it. It's 2 teams that are inconsistent with the bats, 2 teams that have inconsistent starting pitching. It's a game that I don't love, and I really wouldn't want to bet on. I don't want to pay the juice at minus 130 for the Cubs when they could easily lose to the Padres. I do lean the Padres here ever so slightly. I think it's a 50-50 ball game. I know that the Cubs do hold some advantages as far as, their Colin Rea playing better at home with a sub 3 ERA versus the 7.6 that he has on the road. So he does play much better at home. Then obviously the run differential jumps out as far as a massive advantage for the Cubs. But look, guys, I think that Walker Buehler showed me enough this season, keeps the earned runs low. I think the Padres have the better bullpen. The Padres bats showed up early and often yesterday. If they can keep that intensity, I think they can get the win today. Go ahead and give me the Padres on the money line. All right, moving on into the next one. We got the Mets taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. No read here at the moment for the blowout alert signal, but I do think this might be a Mets play here. We were on the Mets yesterday. It did cash. Freddie Peralta, 3.52 ERA. He's the better pitcher. Even if he faces Braden Fisher here, who's more of a rotational pitcher, I think that the bats can once again get after the Blue Jays. And this is the thing, man. The Blue Jays don't put up a lot of runs, but Peralta can't go out here and give up too many because he's seen, 10 earned runs in that start against Philly. 6 against St. Louis. He has struggled against good hitting teams, but look, the Blue Jays are not good hitting teams, or a good hitting team. Toronto Blue Jays are not good hitters. Period. They lost that game 3-0 last night. That's what Freddie Peralta has to realize. This team leans on pitchers keeping the runs off the board because the Mets suck at generating runs. Give me the Mets here on the money line, minus 105. I think Peralta can do that, keep these Blue Jays off the board. That's really going to be the key to this game because I believe it's going to be a lower scoring affair as well. I would lean the under 8.5 potentially. All right, guys. Moving on into this next one here, where we have the Pittsburgh Pirates taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. We've got Paul Skeens on the mound, man, taking on Zach Wheeler. Zach Wheeler has been absolutely killing it this season, giving up only 3 earned runs in his last 3 starts, 4 earned runs in his last 4. Paul Skeens, on the other hand, has not looked like the same pitcher at all, giving up multiple earned runs in multiple starts. He's not been Skeens-like. Ashcraft has been the better pitcher in this rotation. But look, man, you're giving me Skeens at plus money. I get it. The bats have been hot for the Phillies. Phillies have looked good. We were on the Phillies yesterday, minus 1.5. I get it. The signal's pointing back to the Phillies as well here. Run differential's been in the clear for the Phillies. They got the home field advantage. It's going to be a big game. The crowd's going to be lively just because it's a Skeens Wheeler matchup. I'm going to go with Skeens, man. You giving me plus money with Paul Skeens? I'll take it. I'll take it. We'll just leave it at that. Simple and plain. 28% strikeout rate. We do know that the Phillies do strike out at a decent rate, and honestly, he's one of the best pitchers in the MLB still, even with struggling with some of his ERA stuff this season. I just don't want to be on the side that's not backing Skeens. We've seen Wheeler at times get tagged. He's been great this year. We'll see what bats end up winning this matchup. I think the hotter bats currently are the Phillies, and if it comes down to bats versus bats, it just depends. Pitcher versus pitcher, give me Paul Skeens all day long. Bats versus bats, maybe the edge out with the Phillies here. But you got to beat Paul Skeens. So show me that you're going to get beat tonight, Skeens. I'm going to take the plus money on the value side here. All right. St. Louis taking on the Braves, guys. We've seen, St. Louis home pitchers, St. Louis Cardinals pitchers be a little home dependent here. Ronaldo Lopez does not throw good strikeout stuff. He hasn't cracked 4 strikeouts all season. That's my only concern here with a team that hits the ball really well. They are a very strong hitting lineup. 760 OPS team. Like this Cardinals team could get after the Braves. It's a little concerning for me at times. I don't know if I want to be on the Braves side of things here today with how bad they've played. They just haven't looked good. They took another bad loss yesterday. I don't think Ronaldo Lopez is anything to write home about. So guys, go ahead and give me with McGreevy on the mound, and I think McGreevy's played really well this year. So go ahead and give me the St. Louis Cardinals here on the money line. We'll keep it moving to edge out Atlanta Braves at Truist Field. And that's really where we go. Lastly, we've got a couple more games to go. God, we got a lot more games to go. I'm gonna rapid fire through these last ones, guys. I'm trying to go watch this World Cup game, have some lunch, and enjoy my day. But yeah, man, my MLB plays are out right now. If you want them, they're over at the winnable link in the premium. On the premiums, so just grab those. All right, Tampa Bay guys, we're gonna go Tampa Bay here. We got Shane McClanahan taking on Seth Lugo. McClanahan's been lights out. I know he got peppered for a couple earned runs over his last few starts, but I believe in him. I think he's got great strikeout stuff. I believe they have the better starting pitcher. The FIP says so. 3.62 to 4.73. They have the home field advantage with the Kansas City Royals, but honestly, it doesn't. We saw the Rays go in there and win big yesterday. I know that the Rays are starting to get a rep for not playing well on the road, but they played well yesterday. So give me the Tampa Bay Rays here on the money line. I actually like them on the first 5 innings more than anything because it kind of rules out the bullpens. And bullpens for both these teams have been shaky in the month of June. Now we're heading into July. Let's see what those new numbers reset and look like. But yeah, I'm expecting a big month, guys. I cashed 4 home runs on July 4th last year. 4 for 4. That's what I was calling it, man. Yeah, 4 home runs on July 4th. It was insane. I don't know if y'all remember how many guys hit home runs last year on July 4th. It was insane. But we had a great day. Let's see if we can replicate that. This is a hot week for MLB leading up to, America's holiday. So let's keep it going. Let's win the day and let's make a little money. I'm not sure if y'all saw my free play yesterday. We had the Phillies -1.5, Mariners -1.5, and also the Rangers -1.5. Plus 1,000. Gave it out to everybody in the chat. That is also in the descriptions tab, guys. Just click on the Telegram link. Get in there. I post free plays from time to time. All right. Cincinnati Reds taking on the Milwaukee Brewers here. I'm going to go with the Brewers here. I like Drohan. I think Drohan's a great pitcher. He's been better. The run differential is to the Brewers. I'm not going to water this one down. Andrew Abbott has been respectable as of late. 3 earned runs, 1-1, 3-3-2. He's been respectable. He's been managing the innings, but the Reds bullpen isn't that great. If he gives up 3 runs and he exposes the bullpen to the Brewers bats, the Brewers will still win this thing. He can't give up earned runs. He really needs to have a sub 1 earned run type game. Only either 0 or 1. That's the option. That's the roadmap to beating the Brewers. I don't see that being the case today with Drohan on the mound. These Brewers bats with the clear run differential advantage. Go ahead and give me the Milwaukee Brewers at 52 wins and 31 losses to edge out these boys over here, the Reds. I'll take the money line. All right, guys. Twins, Houston. You've got Taj Bradley on the mound. It's not going to be Aaron Getty. I believe it's going to be Amai for the Astros. I like the Amai option more than I like the Spencer Aaron Getty. Aaron Getty's had some control issues. He does throw good strikeout stuff, but he has some control issues, walks batters, and loads the bases sometimes. Taj Bradley here, I like what I've seen out of him. He's bringing those numbers back down after getting peppered for a few games in a row. I'm going to go with the Twins here, strictly off of value. I think this is a coin flip game. You got the better team with the slugging percentage and hitting percentage, OPS-wise, over here on the Astros side. And then you got Taj Bradley, who's been pitching really well this season, other than that little bit of a stretch that he had. But the Twins showed us they can hit the ball. I think that the Twins are active here. I think they have a chance to win this thing on the money line. This is going to be a good game. It'll be a close game. If you wanted to play the 1.5 on the run line, the 1.5 run line, I don't hate that either for the Twins. But I'm going to play the plus money at 113. All right, Miami Marlins got our boys Max Myers here. I'm not going to water this one down. Kyle Freeland, he was supposed to go yesterday. I was on the Miami Marlins strictly off of that. They still beat the Rockies yesterday handedly with Tanner Gordon on the mound. I think Max Myers, one of the best pitchers in baseball in 2026, comes out here, delivers that high stinky cheese like he always does. Absolutely, they dog walk Kyle Freeland. Humberto Hernandez for a home run. Give Kyle Stowers a look for a home run. Liam Hicks potentially for a home run. One of those three guys is going yard, guys. One of the three. Coin flip it. Just say, universe, what are we doing? But no, I like Humberto Hernandez the most out of that lineup for a home run. I think he matches up well against Kyle Freeland. So that's the play, guys. Miami Marlins. Let's rock. Let's keep it moving. Los Angeles Dodgers. Ohtani on the mound where he's been lights out. Record edge, run differential edge. JT again has played better at home than he has on the road. For me, this is simple. Lay the run line with the Dodgers. Let's keep it moving. Ohtani and the Dodgers roll. They get it done. I said the other day when they played Eric Lauer, that was the A's spot to steal one and punch the Dodgers in the mouth. They didn't. They lost 9-3. That's their issue. They couldn't generate runs outside of the Little League ballpark. They're showing us that again and again. I think that's a handicap, guys, a big one. I think that you get into a Little League stadium like that and you can hit the ball poorly and, still win games, hit the ball poorly, still get home runs, hit the ball poorly, still get runs. That's the problem with that stadium. And that's the problem we see at Coors at times is you cannot be hitting the ball that well and still get away with it. A lot of other fields in this league, you can't do that. So you definitely can't do it in the Sacramento Stadium, even though Sutter Home Stadium is a little bit of a short field. But give me the Dodgers here. I'll lay the run line, -1.5. Last game of the night, Trevor McDonald on the mound taking on Zach Gallen. I don't believe in Gallen. I haven't all year long. 5 earned runs, 9 earned runs, 3.445. He's been getting peppered. Until he proves me different, I'm going to stick with the team that has been hitting the ball much better over the last couple weeks. San Francisco, their starting pitcher has a lower ERA, clearly lower ERA over the last, 10 games. There is a advantage to Zach Gallen when he does pitch in Phoenix. I will say he's pitching at around a 7 ERA on the road. At home it's sub 5. But look, I give the edge to the Giants here today. I think they've been hitting the ball better. I want to be on the Giants side of things here at plus money. That's where I'm going to go. Giants, guys. All right, that's the show, man. I'm about to get on out of here. Got my phone blowing up. Don't know what that's all about. Let's check out the radar, guys. All right, on the radar for Blowout Alert. And if you want Blowout Alert, sign up today for Pro, $19 a month. Industry leading. I mean, we've undercut the market like a motherfucker when it comes to pricing. You go out there and you find another tech as good as ours for the price we're offering. You're not going to find it. So it's a no-brainer. You sign up today, you have it in your pocket. All right, guys, San Francisco money line. On the money line, we're taking San Francisco in that matchup against Arizona. LA Dodgers versus the A's. We're going run line -1.5. Miami Marlins versus the Rockies. We're going to take the money line. Twins versus the Houston Astros. Tough game to call, but I'll take the value at the money line with the Twins. Milwaukee Brewers on the money line. Tampa Bay Rays on the money line. Give it a look in the first 5 as well. St. Louis Cardinals on the money line. Love the value there. I would also give that a potential first 5 look. Pittsburgh on the money line. Total over. I like the under. I'm looking at the under 8.5 in the Toronto Mets game. I also like the Mets on the money line in that Toronto game. Then we're going to go San Diego on the money line versus the Chicago Cubs. Boston Red Sox versus the Washington Nationals on the money line. Detroit Tigers on the money line over the Yankees. And then Cleveland on the money line over the Rangers. And then to start the day out, the game's getting ready to go right now. It's going to be the Chicago White Sox over the Orioles. All right, that's it, guys. I'm out of here, man. I'll see y'all next time. Book the one way.